I was born in 1972, the era of war, space exploration, and MTV. I preferred to climb rather than hug a tree. I had a Game Boy and I did not have a smartphone. For me, Archie was about comics, not Riverdale.
Yes, I once had hair. I'm John Puducherry. I've confronted the issues of race, religion, and most controversial of all, class.
This time, I'm looking at a fault line that cuts across all that.
We are aging faster than most other countries, and I've noticed increasing divisions between the young and old. There are more than enough good jobs in Singapore for everybody. But here you have a real generational split.
Maybe they are looking for a more comfortable, cushy job.
That whole shift in the digital way that we approach every single area of life.
No one's really explored age separation here in Singapore. I'm going to find out how wide this chasm really is.
People my age are known to be the strawberry generation.
The millennials are more active, action-wise.
I feel like nobody is really taking seriously what I said.
People my age are actually more realist.
The younger generation, they are more vocal.
Millennium, they always like to be spoon-fed.
In the Generation X, we tend to be able to see both sides.
I'm 47 years old, part of Generation X, caught between the baby boomers and the millennials.
From the environment to work ethics, the survey reveals that the generations don't disagree very much on most issues. Right. But could it be that we have swept the differences under the carpet? Is there a growing polarization that's been overlooked? Okay. To find out, I need to get the conversation started.
Okay, so you got to stand on this line, facing this way, okay?
I've rounded up 12 Singaporeans between the ages of 19 and 70 years old. I'm going to read out several statements and get them to tell me what they really think.
If you agree, go in this direction, which is your left. If you disagree, go in this direction, which is your right. There are more than enough good jobs in Singapore for everybody. Now this is very interesting. Here you have a real generational split. The millennials all think there's just not enough good jobs for everybody in Singapore. Why do you say that?
More of us are getting short-term contract jobs. Most of my friends are still unemployed.
Okay, but
yeah, we're very worried.
Okay.
Personally, as a millennial, I feel that to have a good job for the younger generation, we require a certain work-life balance.
Okay.
And we are looking at good career progression.
Are you surprised at what the millennials think?
Yeah, I mean, there are so many jobs that are still waiting to be taken up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But they are saying that those jobs are not good enough for them.
So I'm also wondering, in terms of their expectation, is it some mismatch somewhere? I guess maybe they are looking for a more comfortable, cushy job.
Okay. How about yourself?
The thing is that your first job, you cannot be fussy. Okay? That's where you have to chalk out your experience and your expertise.
But you're quite convinced there's more than enough good jobs for them?
I think there are,
okay,
if they look hard enough.
When we decide about the foreigners, people who come here and work, foreign talent, we should just consider Singapore's economy and Singapore's economic needs. Wow. So that's quite a split. I look at this and I see like the millennials' views are the most extreme. And then as you get a bit older, your views are coming closer and closer to the middle.
When we have a very huge influx of foreign talent or foreign workers coming to Singapore, inevitably we are going to see our way of life being, in a way, compromised in certain aspects. And that is one thing that I, personally as a Singaporean, I don't wish to see, because we do in progress, economic progress, we have to preserve our identity as well.
Okay. What about yourself? You are, wow, all the way to strongly agree. You're taking an economic lens around deciding about foreign talent. In fact, yours is the most strong opinions compared to everybody.
So the whole emphasis of bringing in foreign talents in the first place should be to boost the economy, because if it is not to serve this purpose, I really don't see any reason why they should be here.
Okay. When we think about what we do for the environment, the greenery, the water, the biodiversity, the animals, that should be our priority, not the economy.
Economic will help Singapore to form on a higher platform, is it? We push the economy first. Economy must come first, then followed by environment.
So you are focusing on the environment.
Yes, definitely.
At the expense of the economy, and you are focusing on the economy at the expense of the environment. Is that, have I? Yep. Okay, and fight note. What's your reason?
Because I do think that even if Singapore were to go full scale on protecting the environment, there's not much that we can do given that our population size is only 6 million. But what we can do is actually to boost our economy so that when we actually have a very strong economy, there's so much that we can do with economic power. And also, without a strong economy, the environment becomes something more of a luxury rather than a necessity.
Okay, so your argument is essentially the same as Uncle's there, but you're just more extreme about it, right? The level of freedom of expression in Singapore is adequate. So again, not a very clear generational spread. The independence generation, oh, okay, a little bit, okay. But all right, I think you're like looking at each other and deciding what to do, is it? You're happy to say whatever you like, because you can say everything on social media. Okay, okay, but you think it's more than enough freedom of expression?
I traveled enough of countries to understand the freedom we have been having here is tremendous.
I think to a certain extent, I can express myself freely in Singapore.
What do you all think?
I think I do want to have more freedom of speech, but my upbringing has made me like conform. So it's very hard for me to actually, speak up.
So you're all here,
yeah, but not all Singaporeans were there to speak up.
Not scared to voice our
yes,
opinions.
don't be
scared to. I feel like because we're scared to say something that's not politically correct.
You are satisfied with the government's transparency. So some are agreeing with the government's transparency, some is in the middle, some want more transparency. Okay? You think in our society there is enough acceptance of LGBT issues. Okay, so once again we see this pattern where the millennials are really split and everybody else kind of converges to the middle. So our experiment today demonstrated that the millennials hold quite different views from the Gen Xers and the pre-independence generation. Within their generation, the millennials are quite polarized as well. Millennials are aged between 19 and 36 years old. They make up 21% of our population. Among the generations, they are the most racially diverse, the least likely to be married, nor have a religion. Among this slice of the demographic, you have students, working adults, and young people with both elderly parents and young children.
This isn't my scene, but I'm here because I have some burning questions.
So are you a baby boomer?
Gen X, I think they call me.
Oh, Gen X.
Is your generation entitled?
I have to say yes. The stereotypes I hear most often are millennials are entitled, millennials are lazy, millennials don't have respect for the traditional institutions of power.
Is there an element of truth in those criticisms?
Yeah, there's definitely some truth there.
What do you think your expectations are that the older generation might see as entitled?
I always expect free Wi-Fi.
Free Wi-Fi?
And fast Wi-Fi.
Free, fast Wi-Fi is, you think, an entitlement for your generation?
I think it's a human right.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
What else?
The right to self-expression.
Okay.
You know, for example, LGBTQ rights are a very hot topic in Singapore. So you see a lot of millennials supporting the cause because we believe that you should have freedom of expression.
What's your view of your generation?
The amount of tech savviness that you find in my generation is really insane. And they have so much power to be agents of change. It's just about steering them towards the right path. And the way that the older generation can do that is to guide them, not criticize them.
Millennials get a fair share of criticism. Our CNA survey also revealed the same. In the survey, we found out what people really think of those from a different generation. We listed about 20 characteristics. The top main perceptions that Singaporeans have of millennials are materialistic, impatient, and overconfident. Millennials also ranked the lowest for being disciplined, hardworking, loyal. Traits which the pre-independence generation scored very highly for. I wonder what millennials have to say for themselves.
Age is not an explosive fault line, so perhaps we don't talk so much about it. But this growing gap cannot be ignored. We need to start paying attention and do something about it.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Please press the subscribe button so that you will subscribe to our channel, and also the bell that is on your right so that you will always be updated with the latest video we have on this channel.